Hello, everybody. My name's Jasmine, and I'm a co-active life coach.
And my name's Amanda, and I'm a co-active coach too.
And we would like to welcome you to our new series, which will be shown every Tuesday. And it's called Coaches Co-Creating. And it will be for about 20 minutes.
And we're going to be talking about various subjects, from sort of micro things like how to stop worrying, how should I stop worrying, and sort of big macro subjects like money and harnessing universal laws, how we do that. So we hope it's going to be interesting for you. Hope you're going to be engaged with us. Drop us some comments below if you want to ask any questions. We'll be happy to respond to those. We'll be talking about lots of things in terms of coach life skills, but also we'll be using mindset strategies and some spiritual practices. So hoping it's going to be very interesting and engaging for you. Now, it makes no sense for us to start unless you know a bit about us. So we thought we'd kick off with me talking to Jasmine about Jasmine. So are you ready, Jasmine, for this?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so my first question is, what first drew you to coaching?
That's a good question. I guess the last few years since being in Dubai, I was feeling a bit lost. Like, what am I doing? And I didn't really have much direction, but I knew I needed to change something. But I had no idea what. I was feeling really, really stuck. And I knew there was something else for me. I knew it. I had a feeling that there's something out there for me, but I don't know what it is. But I knew there was something. And it was funny. I kept bumping into coaches, life coaches. It's like I met like 5 in like a month. And it was really strange. And then I was thinking, I think this is a sign. By the time I met the 5th coach, I thought, this is a sign. I thought maybe I need to explore this more. So I started asking questions, and I found out that there was a co-active institute in Dubai and in London. And I phoned them up and I started, questioning them. And then I decided to just go for it. I was really, really scared. I know that. But I didn't have to commit to the whole course. I just had to commit to the first course, Fundamentals, it was called.
Well, that was where we met, wasn't it?
Exactly. This is where we met. It's amazing. It's all meant to be. And
I can definitely vouch for the fact that you were very nervous because you're completely different now.
Yeah. I was terrified in that room of 22 people. It was the scariest thing I think I've ever done. One of the scariest things I've ever done.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I knew it was the right thing. It was funny. It's like this inner knowing of, I have to get through this to get to the other end. It was, that's what got me through it.
So what do you love most about coaching?
What do I love most about coaching? Well, the constant learning and realizing things. Mm-hmm. And I for myself, like being coached myself is one thing. It's the awareness, the new awareness. For me, the more aware I become, the freer I become.
Well, it's like knowledge is power, isn't it? That's what they say. And so the more knowledge you have about yourself, the more powerful you feel that you can be, I guess.
Yeah. And I feel like before I had like this I was like in a mental prison or blocked or something. But with coaching, it's just tearing down everything. Yeah. And I love working with clients as well and watching them go through similar experiences where they're like having wow moments and realizing things and simple things, but life-changing things. That's the best thing for me, I think.
Yeah. That's the interesting thing I find about coaching is that a lot of people don't quite understand what it is. So do you want to speak to me just a bit about what it is? What do you do?
Well, I guess the number one thing that I always say to people who don't know is, you know, we're not going to give you solutions to your problems, because so many people think, okay, I'm going to tell you my problem, and then you're going to tell me exactly what to do. So that's the first thing that I say. We're not going to give you solutions. We believe that you're naturally resourceful, creative, and whole, and you have the answers, but we will be with you, work together with you, and ask you powerful questions so you can find the answers within yourself. You know more than anybody else what you need to do with your life. Yeah. So for me, yeah.
I think that's so powerful as well. I remember the very first coaching, like, you know, the homework we were given where you had to have a practice client. And my first client, she said to me right at the start of the coaching practice, which was only like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I know what I need to do. And she articulated what that was. And then we went through the whole process of the coaching thing. And I kind of was desperate as a problem solver to say, you just need to do this, but you have to kind of self-manage and all that sort of thing.
Yes.
And anyway, at the end of it, she came back to the same thing that she started with, I need to do this. But she admitted to me that if I'd have said to her right at the start of the coaching session, you need to do this, she would never have done it. Because it was her realization. She said, because she realized that's what she needed to do through the whole process, she did it, and she did it. Yeah, she did it, and then some. You know, so it's very, very powerful in its technique as well. I think.
Of course. You need to figure it out yourself. It's a whole other feeling, isn't it, when you figure it out yourself?
But it also, I think there's a little bit of psychology in that if I tell you to do something, you're less likely to do it than if it was your idea.
100%. Who wants to be told what to do?
Nobody.
Yeah. I don't know anybody who likes being told what to do.
No, but I think sometimes people come to us as clients thinking we've got, you know, we just need to tell them how to get from A to B. It's a bit like one of the coaches that I follow, she was saying it's a bit like you know, feeding somebody fish or teaching them how to fish.
Yeah, of course.
You know, we teach them how to fish so they can sustain, and they don't rely on somebody for the rest of their lives to give them all the solutions. They realise they've got that in their backpack and they can...
Exactly. And at the beginning, it normally happens like once you start explaining to your clients, you're not going to give them solutions. At first, they seem a bit like disappointed. But then at the end, you can see that they're empowered and they actually like this. They like this way.
Yeah.
They can see the value in it after.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's a whole new,
So what would you say is the most difficult thing about coaching?
I guess the most difficult thing about coaching is, you know, you're constantly working on yourself, constantly. Which is great and empowering and life-changing and positive. But sometimes it's hard, you know, when you have to confront yourself, you know, deep feelings that maybe you've, like for me, like feelings I had suppressed for such a long time, confronting your true self.
Yeah.
Actually is magical as well. But it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. But it's so worth it. It's so worth it.
So that's as a client. What about as a coach? What's difficult for you?
As a coach, I guess I always want to make sure. I always, like a lot when I have my sessions. You know, I always want my coach to have like my client to have a light bulb moment. So if they don't, then sometimes I think, oh my God, did I do a good job today? Or did I do enough? Or, you know, and of course, they're not going to have a light bulb moment every session. That's just impossible. But I guess maybe I put pressure on myself sometimes.
I guess there's that lovely buzz, isn't there, when you know that somebody's had a breakthrough or an aha moment.
Yeah.
Kind of like you feel that energy yourself, and so it's quite hard not to want that every time that you see a client. So, but like you say, it goes back to that original thing I was talking about, self-management and, you know, realizing, yeah. And we realize, as being coached ourselves, as being in the client sort of side of things, that always doesn't always happen, but there's still a nurturing and still a, you know, a growth there, even though it might not be exponential compared to the week before, or, you know. So yeah, still a lot of worth.
And I think we forget how powerful, like, what we're talking about is with them, because we've had these conversations so many times before and done a lot of work that we forget.
Yeah,
it's still really powerful, but it's just not the first time we've heard it.
Yeah,
but it is the first time they've heard it. So yeah,
I remember the very first coaching practice session I had at Fundamentals. It was a girl called Ellie, and we talked about my belief that I was lazy. And I still remember what she said to me and how we worked with, and it was 15 minutes. And I still remember thinking, oh my God, I don't, you know, it was just groundbreaking. I thought, if it's all going to be like this, I'm going to be a completely different person by the end of this.
Oh, she was your coach?
She was acting as a coach.
Okay.
Sessions. Yeah.
Wow.
I still remember her name. I didn't quote her whole name, obviously. I want to sort of, you know, but yeah, I still remember everything about the session because it was so amazing.
It was only 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've had 15-minute sessions, and it's like, it doesn't have to.
Yeah, and you also forget, I suppose, when you're looking at, from a coach's perspective, your own for the aha moments for your clients, is that most of the coaching, as we well know, actually happens after the session, between the sessions.
Exactly, of course it does.
That's when they'll do the processing and the thinking, and
it could take 6 months. Sometimes it takes 6 months or a year or straight away. That's what I tell my clients as well.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So what's important to you
about coaching, or just me?
Just life generally. What would you say is your top 3 values, maybe? That's a good question for a coach, isn't it?
Top 3 values. I've got so many.
A lot of people don't know what their values are.
Exactly. I don't think I did before.
No, I didn't.
I didn't talk. You just don't talk about them, do you, really?
I think as well, it's like, kind of, most people don't, I suppose, you know, kind of what they are, but you don't know how to identify them, maybe.
Naming them. Being aware of them. Authenticity. Definitely. Being real to yourself and others. And the more I realize this, the more I honor it. Authenticity. What else? Oh God, now you've asked me.
Well, shall I chuck one of mine in?
Yes, tell me.
One of mine is honesty, and that really came from when I ran my business, because a couple of times people lied to me. One of the ways that, you know, we work with clients, isn't it, to identify values is what upsets you or what annoys you, because that can show what. Yes. Somebody's trampling all over one of your values, then it is likely to annoy you, you know, as opposed to, you know, something which might not bother the next person. You know, but
respect. Respect, definitely. That's a big one for me. Respect and authenticity, respect, connection. Connection. Connection with myself firstly, and then others. Because
they all tie in quite nicely, though, don't they? Because, you know, if you're your authentic self, that makes connection easier, and then you respect yourself better because you're being genuine with yourself and honoring everything that you believe in. So exactly. And actually, it's funny that you just asked me those, because I think these have become my top 3, but they might not have been like a month or 2 ago. It's become clearer. It's clearer. I think that's an important point to make, though, isn't it? Because things change. You know, and what you value now, you may not value in 2 weeks' time or 2 years' time. Or it may decrease in value. I think most people are, you know, sort of they've got similar values through their whole life, but it might shift and change in terms of the, you know, the sort of priority. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's next for you now then?
What's
What
next?
are you up to?
What's next? Well, for me, I realized I probably already knew this. It's like so many things with the coaching. It's like I knew all of these things, but they were just buried so deep. It's just coming out. It's not like you're changing, is it? You're just becoming who you really are. Stories. I like, for me, I really like telling stories and my stories. It's therapeutic for me and healing for me, and I'm hoping it can like maybe heal others or inspire them.
Your story's amazing though. That's just, I mean, I'm going to just tease people with that because they should check it out, because it's just quite, I mean, you kind of sort of, you live your own life and you imagine that your life is pretty sort of, you know, moderate unless something major has happened to you. But then you meet people and, you know, you're one of them where, you know, it's kind of like there's this buried story of like, you know, I've only just learned about it, and it's just phenomenal.
Do you think?
Yeah.
And I haven't even touched the services,
absolutely.
honestly. But yeah, so telling stories I really want to do, and I would love to. I love writing as well, because I find that really helps. So writing a book would be what's next for me.
Oh, what would the book be about?
A bestseller. You heard it here.
But more than an Amazon bestseller, it's got to be like a New York Times bestseller or something.
Yeah.
Just to be very clear on your affirmation there.
Oh yeah, that's true. I was thinking of Amazon actually, but anyway, yeah, bestseller, international bestseller. I don't. It sounds like, oh, it's going to be about me. That sounds a bit. But it will be my story. It will be my story.
Yeah.
And you know, there'll be all sorts in it. Yeah.
So where can I find out, or where can everybody else find, because I know where to find you, but where can everybody find out more about you?
On my website.
Okay, which is?
www.withnava.com.
And I take it your link's in the bio.
Come to my website. Sorry?
In your bio. The link is in your bio,
yes,
isn't it?
The link is in my bio. So,
yeah.
And my blog will be there soon, and the videos will be updated there soon. So there'll be a lot going on there very shortly.
That's great. So if you did enjoy this video, we'd ask you to sort of like it, share, give us a comment, or you know, thumbs up, whatever you want to do. And yeah, join us next week around the same time, and we will be delighted to see you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.